Hey, this is Bond Diesel, and this is another episode of Intel Insights where I talk about The Division 2, lore, story, speculation, all kinds of fun stuff. This one will be another one covering some of the voice messages that you find around as collectibles. This time I will be doing the Division collectibles. So what we'll do is I'll listen to all of the recordings, I'm going to take some notes while we listen, and then after it's over, I will discuss some of what we hear.
Don't we have enough agencies in this country?
It's not so much an agency as a kind of stay-behind movement. A last line of defense, if you will. No hierarchy, and you'll answer directly to the president.
And I'll get to do whatever I want.
Whatever is needed, Miss Kelso. Should you be activated, you'll be given extraordinary judicial powers to...
Extraordinary judicial powers, huh? All right. Sign me up.
I'll get the paperwork started. Selection is 6 weeks from now.
The city hospitals are filled to capacity and are urging people to stay home unless it's an absolute emergency. The White House has announced that President Waller will address the nation tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There it is, Mr. Snuffles. Think you can manage without me? Might even do you some good, you fat, useless furball, you.
A what now?
A broad-spectrum antiviral. Think of antibiotics except for viruses instead of bacteria.
And it's in D.C.
Some was sent here, but it's not guaranteed it actually arrived.
Well, it all sounds a bit shaky, Kelso. There's a lot to do.
None of which means a goddamn thing if we end up with another big outbreak. Look, I'm not saying this is all that matters, but imagine what happens if the wrong people get their hands on a fucking miracle cure.
All right, I'm convinced. Just find a balance.
What do you need?
I need you to help teach these people how to handle themselves. I'm doing my best, but there's only one of me, and the factions are getting stronger every day.
I got better things to do than babysitting your civilians, Odessa.
Yeah? The way I see it, you owe me one.
That's not fair, and you know it.
Never fight fair, right? Those civilians are the future, Alani. Without them, what's the point?
All right, I'll do it. I won't be gentle, though.
That's what I'm counting on.
Keep it together, Miller. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Fuck. We're fighting the good fight. Killing and dying? For what? This country is a bust, man. Hell, the world's a bust. It's over. We lost. So what are you gonna do? I'm going back west. Going home. You're leaving. That's desertion. So shoot me. Here. I can't take these. Give them to someone who still thinks there's something worth saving. And tell the others, nah, don't bother. So long, compadre.
Why didn't you tell us?
Honey, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Ellie, don't say something you'll regret.
She doesn't care about you either, Dad. She doesn't care about any of us.
She'll be all right.
Yeah. I just...
Look, you do what you have to do, then come back to us.
I will. I promise. Tell Ellie I love her. And that
She knows.
Sir, ma'am, I'm sorry, but we gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too. Godspeed.
Mom? Mom!
Hey, baby.
What happened to your leg?
I was unlucky. But I'm done with all that.
Mom, Dad!
I know, honey, I know. I got word. I should have been here.
He left you a letter.
Yeah? Then let's get it. And your things. I found us a better place.
This is what we want. There's none better now that we lost Kieran.
I'm sure there are. They're just not willing. Can't say I am either.
You've led troops in battle. This can't be that different.
It's a world of difference, Thomas. War is about killing. This is about living. I know how to set up an ambush or call an airstrike, but I know nothing about farming and power generation and what have you.
Others do. But we need someone to keep us together, Odessa. Keep us focused.
Oh. Don't give me that look.
What look?
That we're lost without you look.
So you'll do it?
Yeah. Damn you. I guess I will.
Priority message to all active duty agents. Be aware that Agent Aaron Keener, call sign Vanguard, has had his agent status revoked and is now a priority target. Keener is directly responsible for the murders of several SHD agents in New York, and he is now wanted for high treason and acts of terrorism against the United States. He is armed and extremely dangerous, and it is believed that he has gathered other former agents to his cause. Identities will be released once they are confirmed. Keener's last known position was Manhattan, NYC. End message.
Priority message to all active duty agents. The individual responsible for the creation and release of the smallpox variola chimera virus, also known as the dollar flu or the green poison, has been identified as Dr. Gordon Amherst. Amherst's body has been found and identified. Post-mortem shows that he died of his own disease. End message.
So this one's a bit more convoluted. We're kind of getting some information from all over. The main parts of it are, hearing Odessa and Kelso both being recruited, and then a little bit of follow-up on that. Obviously with Odessa, we have her leaving her child and husband, and then after she gets hurt and she loses her leg, she's removed from being an agent, only to find, and she's already known that her husband is dead, I assume from the virus, but she does reunite with her daughter. Kelso, it sounds like she was a former military person who was recruited and enjoyed the idea of how powerful she would be in this situation, and talking to her fat cat. Just as a little aside, everyone is seeing, or at least a lot of people really seem to think that Kelso is some hidden bad guy among the wolves or whatever. So I don't think she is. I think that maybe she's a little rough and tumble. We see multiple examples of that in the story, of her kind of going offline or getting herself in a tough position, but always getting herself out. And to me, like, she was one of the first people who seemed to be suspicious of Waller. So she just seems like she was making too many good decisions. I think a lot of people are going on the idea that Kelso is disenchanted by the agency and is going to be like a new Keener who's going to turn because she's frustrated by how little they can do. I don't think so. I think she's going to end up being our sidekick, but I could be wrong, and I'll be curious to see how that goes. Then with Odessa, you hear her kind of talk about not knowing how to like start a community and do all that stuff. We also did have some talk from two agents, Miller and Clark, where one is basically given up and wants to go home and desert the agency. And it's just kind of, I assume it's supposed to be laying that idea out that, hey, these people are, they're going to be frustrated and angry and sad and missing their home and wondering how their families are doing and stuff. And then the last couple things were announcing that Amherst, who started the whole virus, was found dead, and dead of his own disease, and then identifying Aaron Keener, also known as Vanguard, as a priority target, and that agents should be on the lookout for him, and that he's dangerous, and that he has other agents helping him. So I'm kind of curious too if there's going to be some point where in Division 1, once we met the LMB, there were many named enemies and even unnamed agents who were part of LMB squads. So we fought them relatively often. They had similar technology as us. They had all of the telltale signs of being the rogues with their red and all of that. So I'm curious to, at some point in Division 2, if we, when Keener emerges in some way, we'll know that he's emerged because we're going to start finding rogue agents who have fallen to his influence. Maybe it's a clue to that, maybe it's not. But the one thing that I haven't really heard people talk about is in Division 2, the only time you fight rogue agents is in the DZ, and I guess in Conflict technically. So I'm kind of curious to see how that is going to play out, and I suspect we'll see some NPC rogue agents after one of the DLCs, or maybe even not till year 2. But I don't know. What do I know? Not much. What I do know is that if you like the video and you want to see more, you should subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop a comment down below with what you think. Von Diesel is the username for Twitch, where I stream multiple times a week, and where you can find me on Twitter. If you want more Division 2 discussion and updates, you can check out my podcast, The Echo Cast, on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, and about every other platform I can think of. And that's all I have. So, until next time.